Hey, sweet angel, it's your boy Clear here. And today I wanted to talk about gender dysphoria and what it was like for me before I transitioned and what it can still be like for me to live with gender dysphoria. I thought it was interesting to find out that medically, the illness is gender dysphoria. Being trans is not an illness, but having gender dysphoria is like it bogs me down, and it used to bog me down a whole lot more than it does now. And the treatment for gender dysphoria for me was hormone replacement therapy, which is testosterone. I take my testosterone shot tomorrow. Tomorrow's T Day, baby. And I inject that into my butt cheek every 2 weeks. And I've been masculinizing, and also getting top surgery for me was a way of treating my gender dysphoria. But I was sitting around the board game with my family tonight. We had a lovely time. And at the end of the board game, at the end of the second round of Catan, all Catan players hit me up. Hit me up. Um, at the end of the second round of Catan, my dad was like, "Isn't it amazing to see how Clear is changing? And isn't it amazing to see how Clear, the ways that he is the same and the ways that he is different now?" And everyone looks at me, my sister, her boyfriend, my stepmom, and my dad. They looked at me and they all said, "Yeah." And my sister grabbed my hand. She said, "I love you so much." And I said to them, I was like, "Yeah, like, you know, a year ago, we went to the same restaurant that we went to tonight, Theo's in Penticton, BC. Shout outs to Theo's. Great Greek restaurant. And I remember a year ago going there with the exact same crew, and I felt depressed. And I have a photo from it, and I just remember feeling uncomfortable. I didn't know how to socialize with my dad and my sisters still, even though I was 27 at the time. I just felt uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable. And that had been what was in the background of my life for Jesus Christ. How long? Jesus Christ, the ascended master, tell us how long. He doesn't know. It was a long ass time. It was a long ass time. And tonight we were all at Theo's, and was joyful, and I was present in my body, and I wasn't performing for anyone. It's hard to put my finger on it, but now that I don't have the depression that I used to have, I realize that gender dysphoria was cloaking my whole life like this poisonous, heavy, dense, smoky cloak of itchy ash. That energy just in the background of every experience that I was having. Whew. And I'm grateful for my last partnership, my last relationship, because it really pointed to me that gender dysphoria was so awful that I had to medically take steps to transition. So I'm grateful for the pain of that relationship, you know? And I was like, Spencer, my boyfriend's sister, asked, he was like, "Do you think you would have done it sooner?" So I'm 28 now. "Do you think you would have done it sooner if you had known?" And I said, I don't know. I don't think so. Because there wasn't a cultural context for me to be who I am before this. I'm non-binary. I don't want to be boxed in as a man. And I'm gay. I fall in love with men and masculine people. And I didn't see an option for me to be who I am in that way until very recently. To be a non-binary gay man, I didn't see an example of someone who is happy and successful in their life and loved and safe and celebrated like that. So I was like, I didn't even see it as an option, because that's what we all want, right? We want to be seen and loved and happy and successful as we define it. I think that's a pretty universal human set of desires. And that was what I wanted. And I didn't know that that could exist in a non-binary gay man's experience, gay trans man's experience. I had no context for that. But thanks to representation and people being themselves on the internet and me coming across them, I have been able to see myself and who I can be and who I can be like, and the fact that I can be my own me. Like I can be a new iteration of my uniquenesses and just my authenticity. And I know I talk about those things all the time. I feel like those words are used up, like authenticity, uniqueness. It's like it doesn't paint who each of us really is. Like the magic is the unique combination of all of our different truths. I'm very passionate about it. If you watched the video from yesterday, where I talk about how I now believe that like human species is, if we survive and ascend as a planet and as a collective, it will be because we each really embraced and just lived as who we are. Because it's so oppressing not to do that. And that's what I want to describe in this video, because I think it was really helpful for my dad today to hear the comparisons of what it was like when gender dysphoria was in my life more, and how oppressive it was to my spirit and to joy and to lightness and to sparkly light energy. You know, there was a wet blanket on everything. So it's time to discard those wet blankets, people. Whatever your wet blanket is, let it go, baby. What does that look like for you? You deserve it. Okay. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Sending you so much love, so many blessings, and so much gratitude as always. If you vibe, subscribe, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. 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 Okay.